Joining us now on the phone is someone who knows a little bit about making big plays for the blue and white, former UK wide receiver Derek Abney. Derek, thank you for joining us. What are your thoughts on the signing day that's transpired so far today?
You said it, TJ. Very exciting. I mean, this is like we all talking about football in February is a nice thing, and the excitement Stoops and the offensive coordinator Neil Brown and the folks on the staff have brought to Kentucky football in such 2 months time is just amazing.
Did you think, I know we talked to you several times throughout the season, and kind of when that search process was going on, some of the names that were out there, and there were several guys that were exciting as possibilities to come to UK. Stoops was kind of an outsider from that group. He comes in. Did you expect this type of, I mean, granted they have to win football games, but this type of success in igniting the fan base and bringing in talent this quickly?
It almost rivals Coach Cal, huh?
Yeah.
I did not, and it has been such a pleasant surprise, and I always I kind of have to watch myself to be cautiously optimistic, and
Right.
But so far things have just been fantastic, and I hope they just keep getting better and better.
Do you have a guy from this recruiting class that jumps out at you as a fan now looking and saying, that guy is going to be big time for Kentucky? I like what he brings to the table.
Well, I got to go with my receiver, Timmons.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of video on him, and he just, the way he moves, he just has it. There is no wasted jukes. He's always going forward, and he anticipates. He sets his man up, and it's just a flow. He's got a flow, and folks have compared him to Cobb, and I think it's a little premature. But Cobb had that flow,
Right.
and Timmons does too. So I'm excited to see him develop in such a great offense like Coach Brown.
He averaged, we found this out yesterday at his press conference, 22.6 yards per touch for his entire career. All 4 years of playing football, 22 yards every time he touched the ball, which is incredible. In this offense, to be a successful receiver, I know some programs like big, strong guys, some guys like the faster guys, running this offense where you have different routes and things like that, what does it take to be successful in Neil Brown's offense?
Well, it's funny because it may look complicated, but it's a lot of the same routes, just in different formations. And the way I've always looked at this program is just to be confident in yourself as a receiver. And with the ability we're getting with these new receivers, and it's really going to be an exciting thing to see. So for me, just the reps and anyone can excel at this program. Coach Brown knows how to make it work, but with the athletes that we have now are getting, it's going to be a great day for Big BBN. That's for sure today.
Twitter, Facebook, all kinds of stuff going into it. What was signing day like for you? And are you kind of glad you didn't have to deal with all the Twitter and all that stuff?
Obviously the social media was pretty much, was non-existent. There were no highlight videos on YouTube of me. There was no conferences, at school for me. But I wasn't a big recruit anyway. But it really has blown up into a really amazing thing. It's just kind of the way, everybody loves college football. So it is a little bit, I know for sure it was less pressure on me. But I think the kids wouldn't trade it because it just gives them some exposure, and at least lets coaches and programs see them. So I think it's a positive since when I was recruited.
Jason Hatcher, of course, picked Kentucky today, flipped from USC. A big deal, of course, because he's talented, a big deal because they get their foot into Trinity High School in Louisville. And also interesting because when he committed to USC, he said he did not pick Tennessee because Tennessee lost to UK, and once you lose to UK, you lose to everyone, which the switch in just a couple of months is remarkable. When you look at Jason Hatcher as a player and some of these other highly recruited guys coming in on defense, what is it that strikes you about some of them, and what does it take to be competitive in the SEC defensively?
Well, I did read that about him, but, with Coach Stoops and his defense and the focus being on, just great, huge athletes, fast, strong athletes. That's always been his focus from what I understand. and Hatcher is no exception. So we're going to see the trends continue with his defensive program, and him and Mick Wilson. I've seen some video on him, and it's just some great athletes. And that we're going to have a good offense, but I think Coach Stoops is going to hang his hat on defense. It's going to be something to behold on both sides of the ball. I'm really excited.
This is kind of it seems like the peak of the offseason excitement, this signing day. This is as bright as the future will get for this period. Lots of excitement, but the team is 2-10 coming off that season, getting ready for another tough schedule. What do you expect from them in the upcoming season, and what would you call success? In year one of Mark Stoops, what would you determine as success?
Well, you are right. We do have to be cautiously optimistic. I think, it's exciting. I think Rivals had us right now at maybe 28, the 28th ranked recruiting class. So, I mean, that's kind of unheard of around here. So it is something to be excited about. But, recruiting is more of an art than it is a science, and doesn't necessarily translate into wins. In the first season, like I said, for Coach Stoops, he's only been here 2 months.
Yeah.
Winning the out of the conference games would be fantastic, and winning 3 or 4 of those, it would be a great first year, and I think that's definitely doable under both the offense and defense and the program that they brought, the styles that Stoops brought in.
On days like today, do you get the itch, you want to go back and play football? Because I didn't have nearly the success as you did as an athlete, but I played high school basketball, and I see these games sometimes man, makes me want to go play. On days like this, does it make you want to get back out there and run a few routes?
You kind of forget about, the aches and pains and the injuries and stuff on days like this. And, you think, I feel like I'm back at, 20 or so and could get out there
right
with the guys. So absolutely, to see the kids smiling and, getting emotional and, crying and stuff because they're going to go to a program they really have their heart into is, I take myself back a little bit sometimes. So, yes, I definitely get that adrenaline flowing when I see the videos of the kids choosing their school.
Well, if any of these kids turn out to be half as successful as you were at UK, I think it's going to be a pretty good recruiting class for Coach Stoops. Derek, thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
Absolutely, TJ.